to oil and gas, the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation has said that the Nigerian oil and gas industry will require at least $40 billion in direct investments in basic infrastructure to achieve the federal government's much talked about decade of gas. This was said by NNPC's Chief Operating Officer Gas and Power, Mr. Yusuf Usman, at a virtual forum organized by the Association of Local Distributors of Gas, the ALDG, tagged the decade of gas, unlocking opportunities in the domestic gas market. Arise Business Analyst Chika Mbonu joins us now to discuss further. Chika, you're very welcome.
Yeah, hi, how are you today?
Fine, sir. Good morning to you. To start with the gas matter, what do you make of the gas plan and this $40 billion price investment tag?
Gas, the decade of gas for Nigeria.
Yes.
Gas is the new oil or the better oil,
than the one we already have.
A very bold move because you know that historically in the past Nigeria has been wasting this gas, and there has been efforts in recent years to aggregate the gas and make it useful to be used by the country, and so it's a very bold move. $40 billion in investment, wow. a lot of money.
Yes.
And as the NNPC head of gas said, the usual problem is the kind of conditions attached by the lenders to raising this money. The $40 billion was arrived by aggregating the presentations of potential investors in the Nigerian gas projects. That's how they arrived at the initiative. So it's laudable. About 60 to 70% of the gas, except now it's about 1.6 billion cubic feet of gas that's been done in the country.
Yeah.
Based on the projection they have, they want to move to between 7.4 and 10 billion cubic feet of gas. And based on the projection they have, they believe that the country will have about 45,000 megawatts of power, because the projection is that 60 to 70% of this gas will be consumed by the thermal power plant. So it's a bold move, and the couple of initiatives on the line already. You know about the AKK pipeline,
yes.
And also plans to do another pipelines that come from the south through Ajaokuta and then all the way to Maiduguri, and so to power all the industries in the route and make Nigeria, move towards the utilization of gas for the whole country.
Chika, considering FDI levels, how can we secure this money?
FDIs have been very, very, very paltry. Just trickling into the country in 2019 and 2020, barely $3 billion, $2 billion thereabout.
Yeah.
But if there are bankable projects, like the AKK pipeline, and they always attract good money. And so FDI chess projects, and then gas becomes a new thing. And if the projects are bankable, I have a feeling that they will attract the right funding.
Even with the COVID overhang that we've had, how do you think, would that be challenging?
I mean, this morning I was looking through, said the whole world, especially the first world, most of them are fighting off, inflation. US has had the highest price increase since 2008, and so, but everybody says it's temporary,
right?
Because of the fact that remember, a lot of money was pushed out to fight COVID,
yes.
And then production lagged those expansion in money, and hopefully very soon production will expand to suck in all the extra liquidity in the system. I'm saying that things are going to stabilize soon, with the first-tier countries especially, succeeding in their vaccinations. And even though I keep saying here that until the whole world is vaccinated,
right.
No country is safe. You can see what's happening in the Asian countries. So yes, they were hoping that as the economy stabilize, you see what's happened to the price of oil. Because of the fact that the economy, some of the countries are opening up a little, and the productions are starting in those countries, and the demand for oil is moving up again. We have all those who have the sinking effect and impacting the funds available for investment.
Fantastic. You talked about power yesterday and the textile garment industry. What would be the benefits of a thriving gas, thriving gas sector over here in Nigeria?
It's so critical. Even the guy had a line there, a quotation that I liked. he said, without power, all development programs will be a mirage. And he says, this is an inevitable equation that has to be solved. Power, is an inevitable equation that has to be solved. Yes. And then without it, everything is a mirage. And we're hoping that that will be sorted out. And as I said yesterday again, I just wish that the government speak to us more about what's happening in the power sector, especially with the Siemens deal and other initiatives, so that we know where we stand. Because we're just hovering around this 4,000 megawatts with all the good plans. The phase one of the Siemens deal, we're supposed to have started or ended now, we don't even know. And we hope that things are happening. So power, as I said here, is an equation. It's inevitable.
That needs to be solved.
That needs to be solved for the development progresses to take place.
Fantastic. Chika, to jobs, what do you make of this latest initiative?
The Jubilee, what they call it again? The Jubilee.
Nigerian Jubilee.
Nigerian Jubilee Fellowship Program.
Fellowship Program, yes.
Fellowship Program. A 12-month job fellowship program aimed at equipping young Nigerians with the skills and experience required by the workplace. Very good initiatives. It aligns with the things we say about in this program, that the government cannot do it alone. And the government requires to partner with the private sector to enable, our youth. You saw the last unemployment figures.
Yes.
60% of our youth either unemployed or underemployed.
Right.
So we need to work with the private sector to work on that. So this is for those who are competing in NYSC. 20,000 poultry, small, but it's better than nothing.
Right.
A partnership between the government side and a lot of the private sector people. These people are going to be put into first class private and public sector companies to get the necessary experience and to understand closely what the employers of labor will need in the workplace. And hopefully, startup companies, mature companies will be able to have well-trained people who will be placed in these schemes after they complete their trainings. So it's good for good initiative.
Great. Chika, you've talked about training. You've trained graduates. Jobs is one issue. What about the skills that are needed for them to perform at the levels that would satisfy employers?
It's really amazing because you look at what happened in the educational system now. Our universities struggled to even do the virtual learning program. And I'm close to some of the students who are doing the virtual learning, and it's a problem. I'm just saying that the quality of education in the universities has suffered. And the output for some of the universities, when you see some of the graduates, they're unemployable. That's the truth. And you have to do some things to make sure that they're employed. And that's where the skills come into play. So one of them need to be prepared, for the workplace. And this is what this initiative is doing. And it's going to help them, prepare them for the workplace. Some of them can't even do the basics. Yeah. Effective business writing, effective presentation skills, team building, all those basic soft skills required in the workplace. Some of them don't have it, and this will help in that sphere.
Fantastic. We had you yesterday. You talked about IBOM Air and the delivery of planes. Now, what do you make of United?
I mean, it's a good tick for our country. A good, very good optics out there. That Continental is coming back. Their hub is in Houston. It used to be the favorite airline for the oil and gas industry. But when the oil sector suffered, the load factors also suffered. When the oil sector suffered, the load factors suffered. And airlines ride on the basis of load factors. The route became very unprofitable for them, and that's how they stopped that route. I have a feeling the sentiments are coming back to the oil and gas sector now. Maybe they've done some more routing again, also apart from just Lagos to Houston, and people can use the route and go to other places in the US. So I'm happy that by November, Continental has come back to Nigeria, and it will help the traffic between Nigeria and the United States of America.
So, thank you, Chika. If we take, yesterday's news with IBOM Air, we take this. So, is it proof of a gradual, cautious revival in the aviation sector?
Yeah, a cautious revival, and the number of applications of AOCs.
Right.
The licenses are in place. You saw the Green Africa coming in.
Yes, right.
So United came in this year. United came in last year. United Nigeria Airlines came in last year with about, I think, 5-6 aircraft. And the building capacity. And so we're hoping that the other airlines who have their licenses in waiting, I I've always said the Nigerian Aviation, the issue we've had are two things. One is the fact that it's same traveling 10% public that is still there, that everybody's recycling.
Right.
We do need to find ways of expanding the traveling net and, take out the traffic from those in Jibo, where Jibo is the bus backs. And especially now that the roads are not very safe.
Great points, yes.
The problem always has been that if you land at the airport, how do you get into the town? So airport tickets, Lagos to wherever you go is easy. When you arrive at the airport, from there, how do you go? And in speaking to some of the airline owners, I've just said they need to work on that. How do you get the passengers from the airport to the town without increasing their costs? So that's very important. And the other thing also has to do with developing other routes. Apart from the ones which is Lagos-Port Harcourt, Lagos Abuja, and 3 or 4 other core towns. The other underlining routes like Enugu, Port Harcourt, Enugu, Owerri, and so on and so forth. Those routes need to be developed, and so that will expand the traveling net, especially again when the road conditions are bad, safety and the quality of the roads. Thank
you, Chika. Less than 2 minutes to go. I just want to get your thought. Privatization of airports, as far as the airports that are run by states. What are you in the camp that says more of them should be privatized and run by?
Of course, yes. Of course. I mean, we know this is already. I mean, you just need to go through the airports. Even now, Muslim Muhammad, ordinary toilets there. The toilets stank, and 30 minutes after landing in Accra, and I go to the toilet in Accra, and I can actually lie down on the toilet floor and read, and the toilet over here, what you see is some employees who are begging you for money as you enter there and holding toilet rolls and stuff like that, and the fittings are all dilapidated and so on and so forth. And then when you cross over from those ones and move to the private lounge in the Lagos airport there, you see the quality. This was managed by government. And that's managed by the same airport. And so it's glaring. You don't even need to debate it. The issue has always been, what do you do with these government employees who are running these airports? What do you do? If you privatize these airports, that can be solved. Because that's always what happens with the union, who just come in and say, oh, what are you going to do to this and what are you going to do that? But we need to maintain these assets. Because you get these new airports, put them in the hands of these people, and then within 3 years, they all run down. You go to the toilet standards, toilet seats, everything is just gone. The government is not good in managing assets like this. I believe that they should privatize, while looking after, making sure that the work of the fund people or whoever the employees, private government are protected. Either returned, into the new private sector hands, or compensated in some other ways, if they let go. But these airports have to be run in private hands.
Fantastic stuff. Arise Business Analyst Chika Mbonu. Chika, thank you so much for taking us.
Thank you so much.